Welcome to the Cal Corporation's series of videos about software engineering. The topic of this video is switch statements and fall through. Before proceeding, make sure that you have already watched these other videos first. Consider this series of if and else if conditions. They are all testing the equality of the same one variable, it being equal to various possible values. Because this programming pattern is common, C++ has a special syntax for it called a switch statement. This switch statement contains three cases. Remember that a else-if clause needed to use brace symbols to enclose its statement block whenever you wanted that else-if clause to contain more than one statement. But notice that these cases can contain more than one statement without needing to put them inside any brace enclosed block. Also, notice that each case ends with a break statement. When the computer reaches that break statement, then the switch will be finished and the computer will immediately jump to whatever code immediately follows this switch statement. There is no problem if the variable you're testing doesn't match any of the cases. In that case, none of the statements will get done. The computer will simply proceed with whatever code follows the switch statement. Some programmers do consider this non-matching switch to be bad style, however, and they sometimes use a compiler option that would warn them if they did this. A more elegant thing to do is to program a default case. A default case is used whenever IVAR has any value that we didn't list for those other cases. So this works kind of like if our original if-else-if code had an else clause in it. We usually program our default case at the bottom of the switch statement, although that's not required by the language. Several cases can share a common implementation by listing their labels together one after another. Another way to share implementations is to remove a break statement. Doing that will cause fall through. We already know that this IVAR having a value of 1 causes the computer to perform these statements for the one case. But now, after those statements for the one case are done, we're not finished with our work. Instead, the computer will fall through into the next case, which happens to be the 2 case. Those statements will also be done, even though IVAR didn't have the value of 2. This is sometimes the cause of a programming bug, when a programmer didn't write that break statement because he simply forgot about it. So ever since C++ 17, you should mark it whenever you're intentionally programming with fall through by writing this attribute in place of where the break statement would have been. If you don't do so, then the compiler now might warn you about it.